Good evening and welcome. Welcome to 30th Street Park here in beautiful Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, for this evening's game between the Pittsburgh Presbyterians and the Philadelphia Brown Trousers. At this time, we'll introduce the starting lineup for the visiting Pittsburgh Presbyterians. Batting first, the shortstop number 15, Jimmy Soup Cutlets. Batting second, the second baseman number 6, Og McQuett. Batting third, the left fielder number 11, Spray Bradley. Batting fourth, the catcher number 24, Shrewd Bland. Batting fifth, the first baseman number 14, Zimbabwe. Batting sixth, the center fielder number 5, Bob Seba Johnson. Batting seventh, the third baseman number 9, Rasty Grimes. Batting eighth, the right fielder number 12, Mermal Spep. And batting ninth, the pitcher number 49, Borty Bonks. And let's give a good Philadelphia welcome to your Brown Trousers. The second baseman number 12, Pickles Dillhoffel. The third baseman number 17, Chunk Dimwitty. The center fielder number 48, Grief Barlow. The first baseman number 29, Gauze Blacksmith. The catcher number 16, Chunky Junkets. The left fielder number 2, Murky Goodbar. The shortstop number 15, Rash Dealer. The right fielder number 9, Manuel Crump. And taking the mound, the starting pitcher number 55, Wheat Cervantes.
Hello and good evening. You're listening to Radio WIP, the sounds of Philadelphia and the sounds of the Philadelphia Brown Trousers. My name is Mutton Curtis. This is the Philadelphia Brown Trousers concluding the 1921 Continental League season at home with a 3-game series against in-state rivals, the Pittsburgh Presbyterians. Wheat Cervantes is on the mound today as word is coming in from Baltimore, Washington, from Germantown, Maryland, as the Baltimore Washington Grasshoppers currently trailing the Boston Ruffians, a result that will always be helpful as both sides in this game do have championship aspirations, but they would need some assistance, and the Boston Ruffians are providing that assistance. Well, the Presbyterians have gotten things off to start. Jimmy Soup Cutlets with a single down the middle, fielded by Bob Seba Johnson. By Grief Barlow. Johnson, the center fielder for the Presbyterians. Well, Og McQuett hits it high and far and to industry. A home run, his 24th, and the Presbyterians start things off 2-0 here in the top of the first, with yet to record an out. Wheat Cervantes, a 4-1 record, making his 7th start this season, has been outstanding for the Brown Trousers. A 2.04 ERA. And Spray Bradley is going to, oh my goodness, he's going to also hit it to industry. A second home run. It is 3-0. The Presbyterians have taken a 3-0 lead, and there is yet to be an out recorded. Well, this is not looking good for the Brown Trousers, who currently sit equal in record to the Presbyterians at this current moment. That is the first out. Shrewd Bland hits it right to the second baseman. Pickles Dillhoffel throw to Blacksmith is in time. Both teams 49 and 38, so the winners of this game today will get their 50th win this season, 90 games being played. Chunk Dimwitty gets that one to pop up in foul territory to get Zimbabwe, and Bob Seba Johnson is in 6th in the order. He will swing at the first pitch, pop it high up in the air. Wheat Cervantes says he has it, and he's correct. Well, 3 runs from 3 hits, 2 home runs brought to you by Industry Brand, colognes, perfumes, and fragrances. When you're having a night on the town, you want a young lady to say, "My God, what is that intoxicating smell?" And you say, "My dear, that is the smell of industry." Found wherever smells are sold. Pickles Dillhoffel will start things off, a 1-0 pitch. And he hits it right to Jimmy Soup Cutlets. Throw is in time to Jim Bobway. Chunk Dimwitty pops it up on his first pitch of the first pitch for him. Spray Bradley is there in left field to catch it, and it is 2 away already. Borty Bonks, a 7-4 record for the Presbyterians, again making his 22nd start of the season. A 4.03 ERA, 57 strikeouts. From 114 innings pitched, he has been outstanding for this Presbyterian side, who have really beefed up the pitching. And Borty Bonks has been an unsung hero for the Presbyterians. He's going to get that one, going to get Greep Barlow to ground out right to second baseman of McQuaid. Throw to Blacksmith was in time. 1 inning down and in the books. Here is Rasty Grimes. His first at-bat. Former Reno Storm Lizard. With a 303 average so far this season. He's going to strike out first. Out of the inning. Making the way for Mermel Spep. Mermel Spep. He's playing Nursery League Baseball until the most recent call-ups. Picked back up by the Pittsburgh Presbyterians. His third season in Pittsburgh. He's going to be on with a single. And that heads right to the pitcher, Borty Bonks. And again, for those listening, both teams are currently at 49 and 38. At the start of today, they are 2 games behind the league leading Baltimore Washington Grasshoppers, with 3 games to play all around. Now, if the Grasshoppers cannot come back to defeat the Ruffians, I understand they are down early. A 3-0 score, I'm understanding. That game started a little before this one. Then that would put both teams at 1.5 games behind and would move up the winner of this game. So that would certainly be a helpful thing for either side. Gauze Blacksmith takes the plate here in the bottom of the second for the Brown Trousers, who were sent packing 1, 2, 3 in the first inning. That is Mermel Spep tracking all the way into foul territory to get the out. Blacksmith has reduced his batting average a bit. He's batting .421, but of course does not have the batting title due to not a big enough sample size. There's a proper amount of at-bats you need to have to get to that batting title. However, that does, I believe at the moment, stay in Philadelphia thanks to Greep Barlow. 2 away, and Jim Bobway is going to deny Murky Goodbar. Ground ball right to Bobway. Steps in the bag. And it's 3 away yet again. 3-0 score in favor of the visitors, the Pittsburgh Presbyterians. Og McQuaid starts things off here in the top of the third. Hit a 2-run home run to get things started in the first inning. That was his 24th home run this season. RBI's up to 64, and he will walk, so that is going to be walking the opening batsman. Pete Cervantes now faces down Spray Bradley, who went right behind McQuaid and hit the second home run of this game. 2-0, that is just high. That's third pitch. Looked about to be the same spot, but strike that time. Interesting. 2-2 the count. And Chunk Dimwitty will dive onto that one. Throw is in time to Gauze Blacksmith at first. And it does move McQuaid to second, but 1 away at the moment. 0-for-1, Shrewd Bland, the catcher, in the cleaning up spot. Pops it high into the air on an 0-1 pitch. Manuel Crump is there with the catch. In foul territory, it does allow McQuaid to tag up and find himself At third base with 2 outs, Jim Bobway. And it's 52 runs batted in this season. He shouldn't do that well with runners in scoring position. His average has dipped to 299. Been on a bit of a dry spell. He was batting above 300 recently. Fouls that one off yet again. Going to be right to Rash Dealer. Throws in time to Blacksmith. And that puts away the Presbyterians for the third inning. Rash Dealer's first at-bat comes here in the bottom of the third. You're listening to Radio WIP, the sounds of Philadelphia, and the sounds of the Philadelphia Brown Trousers. Rash Dealer hits that one foul. It's a 1-2 count. The Brown Trousers currently trailing the Pittsburgh Presbyterians by a score of 3-0. Bobway is able to retrieve that throw to Bunks at first base for out number 1. It was Manuel Crump, 8th in the batting order. One of the newest Brown Trousers, playing his 46th game. The former Tacoma Smelter has a 292 average so far this season. He pops up into foul territory. It's easy catch for Shrewd Bland. Cervantes, the pitcher, swings at the first pitch, pops it up. Should be an easy catch for Og McQuart. Makes it 3 away. We are 3 innings into this game. It is 3-0. The Philadelphia Brown Trousers have been kept quiet. The bats have not done what they typically do. They're looking for that first hit of the game for the home side. Bob Sever Johnson leads off with an 0-1 swing. It's a line drive over the head of Gauze Blacksmith all the way to right field. And he is on with a single. Manuel Crump in right field. Crump couldn't get to that one in foul territory. It was high enough in the air, but just out of reach. And 0-2 pitch for Rasty Grimes. A 303 average for the rookie, a Reno Storm Lizard. That is in the dirt. It is kept under control by Chunky Junkets to keep Johnson at first base. Swing, and it's popped up high into the air. Can Barlow get to it? He can for out number 1 here in the top of the 4th. Mermal Step had a single, his first at-bat. Take strike 2. 0-2 the count at the moment. And that's past a diving Gauze Blacksmith, had the runner to contend with as well. He's going to be in at first. Is Spep. It does move Johnson to second base. Here is the pitcher yet again, Borty Bonks, top of the 4th. So he will very much stay in this game. He's done a bunt. That's into foul territory for strike 1. Clearly, with 1 out, wants to move the runners to second and third. And will end up striking out fouling out with the bunt. That is the danger of it. You got to place that bunt just perfectly on the baseline. And he failed to do so, and it was an out. 3-0 the count for Jimmy Soup Cutlets, top of the order. And he walks Cutlets, the leadoff batsman, so now there are runners on all 3 bases. The bases are loaded for Og McQuart, and he's going to drop that just short of Murky Goodbar. It will try to score 2 runs, and sliding in is Spep. So it is now 5-0. A pitch that Chunky Junkets cannot hold on to will move the runner, so it is all going in the wrong direction for the home side. Pete Cervantes trying to compose himself. A 1-2 pitch, 2 outs, facing Spray Bradley, who had a 1-for-2, who had a home run earned in the first inning. Caught him out in the second at bat, facing a full count now. He will walk him, loading the bases yet again. time for the cleaning up batsman, Shrewd Bland. This pitch is outside. That down the middle for strike one. Bland isn't too eager to take a swing at a borderline pitch. Gonna wait for the one. He's seen enough walks from Cervantes today that he can realize that he can take some pitches and take another walk himself. That walks in a 6th run. It's now 6-0, and similar to the scores we're hearing coming in, where the Ruffians take an early lead on the home side Grasshoppers, this is good news for the Presbyterians. That's going to go to a diving Dillhoffel. The throw to home is not in time. 2 more runs score off of Jim Bobway's single, and Cervantes finally is removed from this game. Tiddly Bonetti back up from the Portland racket. He spent a couple of games. Back into the brown trousers uniform. He's going to get Bubster Johnson to pop it up into foul territory. Chunky Junkett's right at home plate makes the catch. 5 runs scored in that 4th inning for the Presbyterians, who have, they take control of the potential to unseat the Grasshoppers for the championship. The Philadelphia Brown Trousers at this point are trying to cling on to second place. Well, after 2 years of finishing second place, it is not a different situation where they are now trying to hang on to it rather than go past it. But right now they are finding no such luck, no such fortune, and no such hits. Striking out. There's Pickles Dillhoffel. Here's Chunk Dimwitty, second time around in the bottom of the 4th. Down the middle, strike 1. Borty Bonks, who has been absolutely lights out pitching. That is going to be the first walk for Bonks. Chunk Dimwitty finds himself on first base. And here is potentially the league most valuable player, Greep Barlow, essentially owning the batting title and many other hitting titles. He's going to, however, hit into a Fancy Dan, and when even that is not going your way, when something like that happens, you can just tell the result may not be going in your direction. It ends the 4th inning. A Fancy Dan double play brought to you by Fancy Dan Follicle Products. Put more fop in your quaff with Fancy Dan. They have all the treatments you could want. They have crimping powder, the sculpting epoxy, and of course all sorts of gelatin-based hair treatments. Don't be a Mitchell, be a Fancy Dan. The hits keep coming for the Presbyterians here in the top of the 5th with Rasty Grimes on first. Mermal Spepp pops it high up into the air. Should be an easy one. Taking a jog out to shallow right field is Pickles Dillhoffel for out number 1. Well, I can't see any reason why Borty Bonks would not stay in this game. Might be looking to bunt over Grimes to second base. Shows and pulls it back repeatedly. Lays down the bunt and potentially bunts into a Fancy Dan double play to end the inning. And yet again, that Fancy Dan double play brought to you by Fancy Dan Follicle Products. Put more fop in your quaff with Fancy Dan. Gauze Blacksmith leads off the brown trousers. An anal scratch by Borty Bonks, and he throws the second ball. He adjusts his own first and second balls, and then throws a third. He doesn't have a third to adjust, so he throws a strike.
Take your base.
And that'll be a walk of Gauze Blacksmith on first base. A base runner for the brown trousers is a rarity today so far here in the bottom of the 5th. Chunky Junkett normally would be batting .321 this season in his rookie season as a catcher. Brown trousers have really found a catcher they can rely upon, I think, in future seasons. He's been very good. Middle of the order batsman. He's going to be on with a single. That is the first hit of the game for the Brown Trousers here in the bottom of the fifth. Murky Goodbye will pop that one high up into the air. It might be far enough for Junkets, who, nope, he decides against it. It's caught well. In right field by Mermel Spep. Holds the runners. Runners on first and second for Rash Dealer. Another improved upon player. Did not play in 1920 for the Brown Trousers. Played in 1919. Was sent down to the Norfolk Whips. And he, in fact, is back up and playing very well as a shortstop. He is a fielding master. He does strike out quite a bit. That is his 22nd this season in Philadelphia Brown Trousers uniforms. But a 247 average, bottom of the order. He is a very important fielding expert. He has been an outstanding shortstop for the Brown Trousers. And here is Manuel Crump, who's going to keep the inning alive and get the first run of the game. Brings around the run-up. That is Chunky Junkets scoring from second. It is 8-1. Crump, his 30th run batted in this season. This is only his 46th game. He did not play this entire season. It's a great thing to report back. Well, Tiddly Benetti was next in the order and grounded out, so we head to the top of the sixth. It's the top of the order for the Presbyterians. Jimmy Soup Cutlets, 1 for 2 today so far. He's going to ground out on a 0-2 pitch to Pickles Dillhoff. Throw in time to Blacksmith. And Cutlets over 100 hits this season, yet again. Amazing. Og McQuaid is going to get on base with a single. But Jimmy Soup Cutlets, 287 career hits for Cutlets. That's outstanding. Og McQuaid's not too far behind with 204. There's 205, including today's home run. Spray Bradley gonna pop that one high up into the air. And Greet Barlow makes the catch. Two away here in the top of the sixth. You're listening to Radio WIP. My name is Mutton Curtis. This is the Sounds of Philadelphia and the Sounds of the Philadelphia Brown Trousers, as they close out the 1921 season with a chance at a championship title, but they need results to go in their way, as I'm hearing word coming in that the Baltimore-Washington Grasshoppers are losing to the Boston Ruffians, which is a benefit to both teams in this game. However, it does require one of these two teams to get the win they need. So the winner of this game will be in prime position to potentially take first place from the Grasshoppers, but they still need help from the Boston Ruffians to deny Baltimore-Washington a win. Again, 2 wins from 2 games will be enough for Baltimore-Washington to be champions. That is a strikeout. Chunk Dimwitty is forced to sit down. He has not had a great day. Greet Barlow with 2 outs takes the plate. 0 for 2 today. Barlow also having a rough day, a rough go at it. Gonna pop that one high up into the air. I think that's gonna be Shrewd Bland's ball. It is just in front of the home dugout, and we are through 6 innings. Brown Trousers only recording 2 hits so far. They trail by a score of 8-1 to the Pittsburgh Presbyterians, who are on pace to win their 50th game and pull within 1 game of first place, as the result so far still stands. That's going to be right to Boz Blacksmith. The first base counterpart steps in the bag and records the first out here in the top of the 7th. In fact, we're getting even word that, the Grasshoppers are attempting to put a comeback together in the bottom of the 9th. I believe it's 7-2 right now. So we'll get word of that as we can. That game started a little sooner than this one. Late in the evening. Bob Johnson on first base with one out. Here is Rasty Grimes, 1 for 3 today with a single. Grimes, the third baseman, has replaced Dale Scottish, who was a huge benefit to the Presbyterian side last season. And coming out for Bob Johnson is going to be Lachlan Clubb. So they're using a pinch runner. I don't know if there was an injury picked up, but Clubb going to head to third, it would look like. And that's going to load the bases. Mermel Spep makes way for Borty Bonks, who I imagine will lay down a bunt. And out comes Tiddly Benetti. In comes Dick Doodlebick.
You're out.
And that's going to be a sacrifice fly. It will send home Lachlan Clubb for a 9th run. And oh my goodness, the Grasshoppers have clawed back to a 7-6. They are still trailing with 2 outs. A grand slam home run from a pinch hitter. I didn't get the name of who that was, but I am getting that score update. So stay tuned. This may not actually be a beneficial scoreline for either of the teams after all. But what is beneficial is Jimmy Soup Cutlets with a triple that scores 2 runs, making it an 11-1 game. And the Presbyterians continue to rip apart the brown trouser pitching. This has been absolutely... this crowd is stunned at the moment. And, well, they got Jimmy Soup Cutlets attempting to steal home on the wild pitch. The out is recorded, but 3 more runs score. And I can report to you that it is a final score. The Baltimore Washington Grasshoppers 6, the Boston Ruffians 7. They maintain, they held on to the lead despite a late charge and attempted comeback from the league leaders. Goes Blacksmith, pops it up into foul territory, leaving the way for Chunky Junkets, who has one of the rarities today, a hit in the game off of Borty Bonks. Doesn't do so well that time, pops up to Lachlan Clubb, the substitute, in center field. With 2 away in the bottom of the 7th, it's Murky Goodbar, and this game is flying by. The winner of this game, which is looking increasingly to be the Pittsburgh Presbyterians, will improve to 50-38 with 2 games to play and 1 game back from the Baltimore Washington Grasshoppers. For the trailing team, which looks to be the Philadelphia Brown Trousers, they will be 2 games back, as it were, and that is right to the glove of Mermel Spep. Doodlebick back on the mound, top of the 8th to face Og McQuert. He had played before, but called short due to an attempt to steal home.
Nope, that's high.
That was caught and picked off by
Nope, take your base.
from Jimmy Soup Cutlets. Well, McQuert will walk to first base. And we're now seeing that is strike 1. High up in there, it's going to move the runner to second. That will move McQuert to second on the passed ball. Clip the glove of Chunky Junkets. Doodlebick facing a 1-2 count at swing and a miss for strike 3.
Ball inside.
That is ball 1. Face Shrewd Bland. Top of the 8th.
Take your base.
And he hits Bland in the, well, it looks like that was the thigh or the hip. And Zimbabwe has runners on first and second. 1 for 4 today. 2 runs batted in from his single. And he has been he has done more than his fair share. for the Presbyterians. He has done his part, definitely. He's going to strike out, however. So 2 outs down. And Lachlan Clubb, his first at-bat. 253 average, making appearance in his 34th game. Former Portland Racket member. Getting a lot of talent found in that West Coast Nursery League, so they are getting snatched up left and right by teams. He pops up to Manuel Crump to retire the side. So we head to the bottom of the 8th. Brown Trousers trail by 10. Not looking all that good at the moment for them.
Ball inside. That's outside.
And Rash Dealer leads off the inning.
Foul ball. Off the plate.
Full count for Rash Dealer by Borty Bonks, who stays in this game. That is a difficult ball to try to field. It falls off, it bounces off the glove of Zimbabwe. And Dealer is in with a single. That is only the 3rd hit today that Borty Bonks has given up. Manuel Crump is the batsman now, with facing now a 1-2 count, but it's going to be cutlets to McQuair to Babwe, and it is a Fancy Dan double play. In comes Mutton Curtis, a name we haven't seen all too often from the just coming off the bench as a pinch hitter. Comes in for Dick Doodlebick. He's got a 326 average, only 43 at-bats this season. Hasn't really been doing much from seeing the field very much, but he does in fact ground it out, and he will take his seat on the bench. Golda Harshwinter takes the mound here in the top of the 9th. Trying to bring a quiet into this game. Looks to be less and less likely that the Brown Trousers will make a comeback, but it was all but happening. It almost happened for the Grasshoppers, from what I understand. It's going to be off the glove of Chunk Dimwitty, and when it doesn't go your way, it doesn't go your way. I must say it is one of those things where you see all these issues that happen, and you see all these errors and mistakes and balls just not going your way, that you say, well, at least it's still only going to count for 1 loss. Unfortunately, we are deep into the season where 1 loss can actually mean quite a bit, as this could be a pivotal game in the battle for the Continental League Championship. That is a strikeout of Mermel Spep. And Borty Bonks, still in this game, will take the plate for the 3rd time. It is a sacrifice bunt for out number 2. Bonks will look to complete the game in the bottom of the 9th, and why not? He's been absolutely outstanding.
Ball inside.
Harshwinter looking to possibly be a good asset to the Brown Trousers pitching staff for seasons to come. That is going to be a single that he gives up to Jimmy Soup Cutlets. That does score another run. It is now 12-1. Just as I sing the praises of Harshwinter, he gives up a run. Norfolk Quip. An up and down season for the Brown Trousers. Started off very strong, but wavered just a little bit. 6-3 record, a 5.68 ERA, 33 strikeouts from just under 70 innings pitched. Very good stats for a rookie. That is just missing the glove. That'll be a passed ball for ball 4, but it doesn't affect too much. It just moves the runner to second, which was happening anyway because of the walk. McQuaid is on second. Cutlets on second. McQuaid on first. Here is Spray Bradley with 2 outs. That is down the middle. 2-2 the count for Spray Bradley. Hits it high into the air. He couldn't do it a second time, could he? Oh my goodness, he does. He hits it to industry. It is another home run. And that makes it a 15-run game. Well, it makes it 15-1. It means the Presbyterians have scored 15 runs. A 14-run lead. And Shrewd Bland 0 for 3. Well, at this point, you better believe he would just want to get his first hit of the game.
Nope, that's outside.
1-0 on the count. That is going to, looks like it's going to find the gap. It's going to hit against the wall, so that'll be an extra base hit for Shrewd Bland. A double. First hit of the game, sliding in safely. That is his 16th double this season. And that's going to make way for Gravy Train. Normally we'll be coming in to cinch up a win. At this point, we're leaving Golda Harshwinter, who has not been having a great day either. 0-2 pitch, and Train gets him to hit it to dealer. Bobway records a third out. Well, I'm not saying it can't be done, but there are 3 outs left for the Brown Trousers to make up a 14-run deficit. It is the top of the order. Pickles Dillhoffel, however, has gone 0 for 3 today. There's a story very much similar to what we've been hearing happening in Germantown, Maryland. Again, the Boston Ruffians defeating the Baltimore Washington Grasshoppers by a score of 7-6. After a 6-run inning in the bottom of the 9th from the Grasshoppers fell short of the comeback. Well, again, that's going to start things off with a single. Dillhoffel up the middle. Fielded by Lachlan Clubb. No outs so far. Chunk Dimwitty and Borty Bonks will make way for Red Rollingsworthy. That is it for Borty Bonks. 8 strong innings of baseball. That is high up into the air. Does it have the distance? Oh, it does! To industry! A 2-run home run makes it 15-3. Could we see this happen maybe a couple more times? Well, certainly will need it, but Chunk Dimwitty, his 9th home run of the season. Greet Barlow goes over today by grounding it out to the shortstop Cutlets. Throw to Bobways in time, 1 away. 15-3. The home run brought to you by Industry Brand, colognes, perfumes, and fragrances. Why smell like anything in the world when you can smell like the clean, fresh scent of Industry? Found wherever smells are sold. Oh, but he's done it again to Industry. Goes Blacksmith. Home run number 10 for Blacksmith. It is a 15-4 game, and all we need are 11 more of those. I apologize for my cynicism, but
That's outside.
it is a bit like spitting in the ocean, but 15-4 is better than 15-1, which is how this inning began. Only 1 out. Chunky Junkets does have a hit today. He is a single. 1 for 3. That is going to be a strikeout, so 2 away. And the Presbyterians are 1 out away, from
That's outside. Nope, outside.
being within
Nope,
reach
outside.
of the Grasshoppers for the championship. 3-1 pitch to Murky Goodbar, fouls it off for strike 2. Full count.
Ridiculous.
And it's a walk. Walks Murky Goodbar to first, making way for Rash Dealer.
Ball outside.
And that will be the final out. And it never really was in question. The Pittsburgh Presbyterians putting 15 runs on the board. They get the win. The final score, the Pittsburgh Presbyterians, 15 runs from 17 hits. The Philadelphia Brown Trousers, 4 runs from 6 hits. This will give the Presbyterians their 50th win of the season. They hold sole possession of second place, 1 game back of the Baltimore Washington Grasshoppers. The Philadelphia Brown Trousers are now 2 games back at 49 and 39. The winning pitcher, Borty Bonks, going 8 strong innings, improves his record to 8 and 4. The loss goes to Wheat Cervantes, 4 and 2 his record, after only going 3 2/3 of an inning. We thank our sponsors, the Honey Wheat Tobacco Company, who bring you fresh hand-rolled cigarettes grown in the fabled tobacco roads of the Carolinas. Any time is a good time for a Honey Wheat cigarette. They provide the finest dandies of the day for this and every game of the Continental League season for the year 1921. The third finest dandy of the day is Jimmy Soup Cutlets, going 3 for 5 with a triple and 3 runs batted in. Spray Bradley is the second finest dandy, going 2 for 5 with 2 home runs, batting in a total of 4 runs. And Og McQuart, going 3 for 3 today with a home run and 4 runs batted in, is your finest dandy of the day. He gets a complimentary carton of cigarettes from the Honey Wheat Tobacco Company for being your finest dandy of the day, brought to you by the Honey Wheat Tobacco Company, who humbly request that you smoke wheat every day. This concludes our broadcast. We will join you again tomorrow, where the top-notch pitchers for both teams, Ivory Trinkets for the Presbyterians and Moose Mossage for the Brown Trousers, take the mound. The Presbyterians could find themselves, with the right result, tied with the Grasshoppers for first place if the right result comes in. For the Brown Trousers, they will look to claw back and tie second place with the Presbyterians with another win. That having been said, we will watch the scores in Germantown, Maryland tomorrow. And we will join you again next time in 24 hours' time. It was not a win today for the Brown Trousers, but I do, as I always say, ask you to keep your head high and your trousers brown. Good night.